CQDX, CQDX, UDX 791, Gulf Islands in the North Pacific.
Give me the numbers again. I'm sorry, I can't read my writing. 798?
791, UDX 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific, QSX.
I'm sorry, again, I had the Gulf Islands coming in. Again, please.
Well, he heard me anyway. I'll get back to him in a minute. I think he's
But I did hear you on the Gulf Islands there. I don't know which island you're on. Maybe the Queen Charlotte chain. This is 184 in Jackson, California, sir.
Yeah, 184, California. We're on the Gulf Islands off the southwest coast of British Columbia, my friend.
Copy on that. Any particular island?
We're on Salt Spring Island. Salt Spring Island, same archipelago as Washington State, San Juan Islands.
Copy on that. This is San Juan Islands, but still in the U.S. territory. Is that correct?
Negative. We're on the Gulf Islands, but we can see into the San Juan Islands. We're on the southern Gulf Islands off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia.
Wow, it must be nice up there with good blackberries and good salmon.
Lots of salmon, lots of halibut, cod, lots of blackberries, you betcha. I heard you talking to about Alaska. I was up there about 3 weeks ago, coastal Alaska.
For Pete's sakes, what were you doing up there?
Well, we take cruises up there. It was my 4th time up there, so we leave from Vancouver and go up to Juneau, Skagway, Ketchikan, and then do a couple of glaciers.
Oh, wow, that's pretty neat. Is it on a big ship or a smaller boat?
Nah, big boat, Holland America, Koningsdam, 985 feet long, about 13 stories high, and just about 115 feet wide.
Oh, my God. My license isn't big enough to drive that boat, but I'll bet it's nice. I'll bet it's just cruising in style.
It's amazing. It's probably one of the nicest ones I've been on. 5-star food every day, great service. So my wife was kind of reluctant. She'd never been on a cruise before, and she's ready to book another one right now.
Wow. The conditions are starting to fade off on us there. You were coming in like a firecracker in the beginning. Do you mind if I ask your working conditions, your radio and antenna, over?
Yeah, I'm running my small unit in Bearcat 980 right now. My RCI 2980 WX is down in Ontario, California, getting repaired. I just shipped it last week. I'm running a 3-element flat-side Serio Yagi and about 200 whiskeys with an RM 203P kicker.
Okay, well, that's definitely doing the trick there. You say that you beam the Serio with the flat side? That's as opposed to the horizontal?
Yeah, it's a flat-side, horizontal 3-element Yagi beam.
Okay, yeah, I think I've got one of those, a Serio at home. I need to rent a truck to bring it up here. It's partially assembled in 2 pieces. 2 pieces come together. It's a 4-element Serio. I'm trying to remember. I think I might have got it through Amazon.
Yeah, I got mine through there too. Actually, no, sorry, I didn't. I got this one through a guy in Europe. This one came from Europe, but I was looking at them in Amazon. They do sell them there as well. Very good antennas, built in Italy, and I love it.
Copy on that. I'm not too good at putting things together. But like I had a neighbor put it together, and he cut some pieces. He said it was necessary to make it match. I haven't tried to match yet. Did you cut any pieces when you got yours, or was it already assembled?
No, I had to put it all together. Pretty basic. You can even go on YouTube. There's YouTube videos how to assemble it. I got it. I had everything prepared for it before it came, my mask and rotor. And the day it arrived, courier, I put it together and I had it up and working and matched. It's really easy to match. It's a gamma match.
On the elements?
Negative. I did not cut any of the pieces.
Oh boy. Well, he said I read the instructions 3 times, and for 11 meters you have to cut it, and that's what he did. Just a few inches off some of the elements per the instructions, he said. But again, this is a 4-element.
Yeah, no, I didn't cut anything. I hooked her up. I matched it, and I do have an antenna tuner for the upper frequencies on my other radio, and it's fine. It works great. I love it. You're going to love that 4-element Serio. They're good beams.
Copy on that. Yeah, I'm still waiting for a tree climber to come over here to put my vertical in the air. I'm surprised you hear me up there. But I'll tell you, I'm envious of where you're living up there in the Gulf Islands there.
Yeah, look up Salt Spring Island. Salt Spring Island, we can actually see into the Washington State San Juan Islands from higher points of our island.
Yeah, I wrote that down. Salt Spring Islands. Wow. pretty big island? Is there like tens of thousands of people, or is it a relatively small island?
About 10,500 people. The island is about 16.7 miles length and about 6 miles wide on the south end. I'm on the very northern point of Salt Spring, and there are 11 freshwater lakes here. It's very rural, very mountainous, very heavily forested, no traffic lights, nothing like that.
Wow, God bless you, young man. That's wonderful. You came in good on the last one there. Before I forget, Happy Father's Day if it applies. And I appreciate the contact all the way from the Gulf Islands there.
You betcha, brother. Yeah, my kids came over from the Big Island today, Vancouver Island, all three of them. I got 2 sons and a daughter, and it was a great visit. And then I took them back to the ferry, and they took off back to the Big Island, which is only 20-minute ferry ride, so not too far. And what was your name down there? I'm Joe on this side, Juliet Oscar Echo.
Oh, okay, Joe. My name is Tony, Tango Oscar November Yankee, over.
Yeah, my middle name is Tony. I can't forget that. And what part of California are you at?
Well, I live near the San Francisco Bay, and it's a joke. I walk 25 minutes. If I go 26 minutes walking, I'll get my feet wet.
That's awesome, man. Beautiful area. You know, I've been down to Southern California a few times, been down to the Oregon coast, all the way down into Crescent City, but I've never been farther down the coast of San Francisco. So I really would love to see that area.
Copy on that. Be prepared to get your car broken into. I'm sorry to say it, but it's getting bad down there. And I'm right now in Jackson, California. I've got some property up here I got years ago. Instead of buying a new car, I got the land. Trying to set a good example for my kids, and we've still got the land here.
Very smart. Good investment, my friend. Land, way more money than a car. Cars devaluate. Land goes up.
Well, it's peaceful. You know, I was raised in San Francisco. My kids are raised there. We both have relatively good jobs. One's in law enforcement, and the other one's a union electrician. But it's so expensive in the Bay Area. It's just a joke. And you're constantly worried about your car getting broken into. I hate to say it, but I'm sure it's all over the news.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, I know in Seattle's getting pretty bad. Vancouver, same. And the suburbs around Vancouver. Out here in the islands, completely different story, man. You know what? I don't even lock my vehicle.
Copy on that. On the acres here, I don't lock my vehicle either. But I always have my 357 on my side. But yeah, and it's so peaceful up here. Last time I stayed 2.5 weeks. I don't know how long I'll stay this time, but a few days at least, and just kind of unwind with the trees here.
Smart man, man. I love that. We gotta love the Second Amendment, man. Carry, open carry or whatever, locked and loaded. We're up here too, man. We have we have firearms as well. Don't have any handguns anymore, thanks to the idiot running the country. But you can still have a handgun if you got your restricted PAL license, but they don't sell them anymore. But there's definitely lots of handguns up here, legal ones, but you can't buy them anymore.
Copy on that. Well, when I go home, I just, you don't mention the word. There's a lot of, I'll call the police. Just a good measure, if they even hear you mention it practically. Shooting a bear, they would come protest in front of your house. But, it's a different bird in San Francisco.
I can imagine. Yeah, it's a crazy world we live in these days, that's for sure. Things have sure changed, but I've always wanted to see San Francisco. So one of these days we're going to go down there. I've been down to Southern Cal, like I say, Malibu, San Diego, all that stuff. But San Francisco, I know there's lots of very... There's one street there, I think it's the windiest street in the world, isn't it, down there, and lots of hills?
Yeah, that's called Lombard Street. I can ride my little motorcycle up to the top of Taylor Mountain. Lombard Street with an L. Yeah, you're going to. No, I just did.
That's awesome. See, I'd like to see that one. That's what I want to see, Tony. Anyway, buddy, I don't want to tie it up too much longer, my friend. We're getting a little bit of skip coming in there. Hey, it's been a pleasure. You're sounding great from the Bay Area.
Yeah, you can see the smoke if I said you got to go a lot east. Yeah. For the most part, it's pretty clear up there, though. Appreciate the contact. Tony waving forefingers. I think it's like 1,800 feet. Father's Day. Bye-bye.
All right, take care there, Tony. Cheers to you, my friend. Thanks for the comeback. And yeah, propagation's changing. Been a pleasure. You got a good sounding station, my friend. And when you get that beam up there, we'll make contact again. This is UDX 791, way up here on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. QSX, cheers.
California.